Hello.
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 Hello. Audio check.
Yeah, audio check. Just making sure that people can hear us. I've kind of got a big blanket on the thing that we usually have the mic on. I'm hoping I'm not going to kick it around. Hello. Oh, people can hear us. Good. Hello. Hello, everybody.
So last time, some of you were here for it. A neighbor's house apparently caught on fire.
So I wanted to talk about that. So, James Mason suggested, what was it? It was
throwing a fire extinguisher at it.
So here's the thing: that person's apartment had a fire extinguisher right outside of it. That's where we keep the fire extinguisher. It was literally like a foot away from their door.
It's like one of those break glass boxes.
Yeah, and it's been emptied now. The glass was broken, the fire extinguisher was removed, and nobody has replaced it yet. And I feel like that's a really bad sign. I don't know.
It probably takes a while.
Like I assume it would, but like it's
like,
I don't know. It's like a $30 fire extinguisher. It's not
special
that big.
chemicals in there, so maybe they have to go order one.
No, you usually just replace the whole extinguisher. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, I know, but like maybe they have to go order more. Like maybe the
maybe
office just needs to get that shit done.
Maybe there's a potential for it.
Yeah.
Hold on, am I out of max potions? Oh no, I better not.
Yeah, you got plenty of honey.
Oh, I got stuff to make them though.
I know. Wait, you're saying max, not.
Max, not mega.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, didn't mean to confuse you. I'm out of Kelby Horn, though, and I kind of don't feel like going and getting more of those right now. Let's see here.
Do the Tail Raiders sometimes pick those up, right? No?
What, max potions?
No, Kelby Horns.
I don't know.
I think Kelbys are one of the things they can go after.
Maybe. Cool. I got all my vouchers and some screamer pods. But yeah, no, the person's the extinguisher was right outside of their house. We also found out after the fact that entire stream that we were talking, and we have it on video, nobody did it. We were supposed to be evacuated. Like, us specifically, everybody in the apartment complex in this part of it was supposed to be evacuated, and we were the only people no one bothered to tell were being evacuated.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
Because we were the only ones distinctly making noise, but maybe they couldn't hear it over the fire.
I guess.
Like, we were just in here talking, and out there, like, everyone else was hauled out of their apartments.
Yeah, apparently they were all, like, removed from their apartments except for us, and we were just left to, stream, I guess. Had we known, that probably would have been a pretty short stream, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we would have not evacuated.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Apparently it was a pretty good-sized fire. It was, like, literally right next door.
Do we know what happened? Was it, like, an oven or something?
I'm gonna guess it was probably just an electrical thing or something like that, because the wiring in the apartment complex is not particularly good.
Yeah, they, like, last year had to replace our outlets.
All of our outlets.
Because they just were going around doing that because they were out of date as fuck, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But that happened, and nothing came of it.
Nothing at all.
Nope.
The only reason I knew that we were supposed to be evacuated after the fact was because I was talking to a neighbor as I was leaving one day, and she was coming home, and she's like, "Hey, were you guys home during the fire?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Were you evacuated?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like, "They evacuated literally everyone but you." And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool, I guess." Like... Thanks.
Yeah, I'm sitting here with, like, a fucked up neck, by the way.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm...
Yeah, no, since we're just updating everyone with our woes, I, like, reached to scratch my nose this morning and apparently pressed my skull just enough to twist my neck into a crick. And it's still there. I'm fine, but, like, if I move my head one way, it hurts. Thankfully, the stream is directed in the other direction.
Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now I want this.
What are we going after?
We're gonna go after a Black Diablos.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you can see it real clear when I do that.
No.
Still some graphical issues.
Oh no, this is NVIDIA's fault, correct?
Yes, it is. The graphics card, our graphics card has had 2 updates already, and neither of them have fixed the problems that they caused with the fucking update. It's not super noticeable all the time. It's just noticeable sometimes, and it's a pain in the ass that it's noticeable at all. But it's, you know, I guess it's happening. I can't stop it. I could try and roll it back, but if I roll it back, I'm rolling it back 2 whole, like, updates, and that's kind of garbage.
We just don't want it to, like, suddenly get mad at us.
Yeah, the problem is that I don't want it to just outright stop working, because that's going to be a tremendous pain in my butt, like a much bigger one. At least when we're running around in here, it doesn't seem like it's doing it right now, so it's like, it's alright, I guess. But, like, the main issue I have with this whole fucking thing is that it was working fine, and then they updated, and then it wasn't. And it's really a gigantic pain in the ass, because, I had friends who were talking about it, who were like, oh, well, mine was working like shit during, like, the update that came out around Monster Hunter, and I was like, mine was working fine. I was totally happy with it, and was like, wow, this is great, actually. Apparently, we rolled the dice and totally came out on top. And then they updated it again, and now it's fine.
Maybe our graphics card is upside down.
No, our graphics card is fine. There's actively nothing wrong with the graphics card itself, because it's just a little 1060. It's fine. But...
Yeah, no, that was a joke.
No,
it works
I know,
bad when it's supposed to be working good, and vice versa.
I thought for a bit that it was maybe OBS, but then I decided to run this game at one point. I didn't actually play anything. I just ran around in the hub. I decided to run the game, and I was just running around, and it was consistently doing the thing where the camera kind of jitters here and there. It's not doing it anymore, which is fine, but it was doing it even when we weren't running OBS. So my realization there is, okay, then it's totally just like NVIDIA. It's a gigantic pain in the ass, and thankfully it's not happening during hunts anymore, but it was that one time, and it really pissed me off.
Yeah.
Why do I always go to join quest?
I don't know. I really don't. Also, last time we streamed, we had no idea what was up with the Autumn Festival. It was clearly in for PC and not even announced. I mean, clearly in for consoles, not announced for PC. And wasn't it announced while we were streaming?
While we were streaming, they announced it. It was like, oh, okay, thanks.
October 4th?
October 5th, actually.
5th, okay. 5th. Alright, so when that happens, we're definitely streaming. What we're doing today is we are going to try and clear out some other goals, like the Black Diablos, which has not been killed
Yeah, we're
yet.
going to do that. Let's see. I think I have all my items fine. I don't think I need anything special for Black Diablos. It can't do poison.
We're just gonna go and bother Veronica.
Yeah, I keep thinking, does it look like I'm missing anything that I could have in here?
Let's see. You got your drugs, you got traps, you got amulets.
Oh, yeah, I got all my amulets.
It's not poisonous.
No, it isn't.
There's nothing in the area that could do any kind of blight to you.
Not really, yeah. It should be fine then, I guess. Yeah. I can't think of anything.
Bombs?
You know what? Maybe I'll grab some bombs, sure. Assuming that they plot me down at the actual camp. If they don't do that, then...
There you go.
I know, I'm at the camp. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, no, I don't know. NVIDIA's just absolutely fucked. I can't figure out what they thought was a good idea with everything going on. And also, yeah, I'm gonna get bombs.
Yeah, just get all these... those came out of that one, like, 10 million user bonus thing, right?
And I've never run out. Because I've used them
like
so
20.
sparingly.
I think.
I just
don't use bombs.
They gave
was
50.
It 50?
Yeah, it was 50.
Oh, wow.
50 mega bombs, in fact. Those aren't even, like, large barrel bombs. That's a large barrel bomb combined with, like, a fish or something. I don't
combined
know.
with a fish, that makes it really
I think it's
powerful.
A bomb fish. I'm serious.
Yeah, a bomb
I
marijuana.
don't know.
But the way you said it was funny.
Yeah, no. All right, fair enough.
Well, there's some Kelby. You want to try and get the horns?
The only way to do that would be to pick up a bow.
No, you have to just hit them in the head. That's just the easiest way to do it. I've gotten them with a switch axe. Good work.
Good work. I hate the radial thing.
Well, that targets their butts, apparently.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying.
Can you do the horizontal swing and see if it gets them in the right area?
I can, but I don't know if that's actually going to work or not.
It's worth trying.
There's one hit, and it didn't work.
It's, they're
just
too
gonna,
fast.
Yeah, they're going to run right the fuck away.
Oh, that was the right hit, but I guess it didn't get him.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna.
Yeah, oh well. I know I've done it using the Switch Axe's momentum swing.
I'm pretty sure I proved that you can do it with the capture net the last time we were doing this. It was just kind of a pain
took
in the
forever,
ass.
so don't worry about it.
No, it's fine. I'm going to do it for maybe just a couple, just in case.
You just hit him in the horns until the horns fall off.
No, I don't think that's actually how it works. Like, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with where you hit him. I think it's just.
Find out.
I think it might be just a damage threshold, and a form of hit, like a type of damage or something along those lines.
Maybe.
Oh,
well, you got him. Yeah. There we go.
I'll just grab one because it's all I really need.
Better than nothing. What do you need him to make?
Ancient potions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just take off. I'll go fight the other one. The one I'm supposed to be fighting.
Yeah, which... Oh, you're going in one of the
Black
weird
Diablos.
ways. You're taking a route that's, like, unconventional.
It's not that unconventional. I just didn't want to turn that corner.
Like, it hangs out in the same area as regular Diablos, though.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Yeah, you're taking a weird way to get there.
Not really.
I don't know. I never go this way.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with this route.
Yeah, but you're going up through an entirely different biome, or I guess a sub-biome.
It also lets me know if there's anything in the area that's unusual.
Oh, okay. You're just
like,
checking for Radians.
Yeah, if I was doing that, it's going to tell me if there's a Radian. Which I would be thankful for knowing.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Oh, hey.
Yeah, and there's cats over here.
Might as well pick up a cat.
Of course.
Pick it up, squish its toe beans, give it a pat in the head. It bites you on the hand, but it would have done that anyways.
I'm actually kind of hoping that these might be Chikalicas, but I don't think they are. No, they're just cats. Okay. Well, all my hopes dashed and ruined.
Oh no, you got cats.
Oh no, not cats.
Daphne's agreed that it was a weird way to try and get to Diablos, by the way.
Jeez. I'm feeling so attacked right now, you bully.
You're fine.
Such a bully.
You're the bully. You're gonna go and mess with this beautiful creature that's out here probably killing things, but we don't know for sure.
Yeah, well.
Where even is she? Is she asleep?
Downstairs. I'm gonna wake her up though.
Yeah, she needs to get
doorbell.
up here.
Doorbell. Double tap the doorbell.
Can someone make a mod for this game where you hit them and they play like La Cucaracha instead? Or something.
Why would you want to? Oh, this is a normal Diablos.
Oh, what the fuck? Just like, I mean, I guess that's more of a car horn thing, but it could be a doorbell thing. You can rig a doorbell to play music.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, just let them sing. Let them sing something silly. There's actually not mods for this game, is there? It's not open to that.
Okay, there are, but I would not suggest using them. Because the mods for this game are things that Capcom has actively been like, we kind of don't want to push modding in this game, to be honest. And it's like, yeah, because it's always online. Why the fuck would they ever want to push
Yeah, I figured that would be why they wouldn't. It's not like Skyrim where you can just replace anything with anything and it's funny for the joke. Like, you have to do this with people.
Yeah, basically. Well, it's that and a bunch of other things, but it's like there are a handful of mods, and I don't think anybody's actually been, like, removed. Like, I don't think anybody's been banned from the game for using them, but I'd rather not do it if I can help it, because it just seems like it would spook easy. It would definitely... It has the potential to be a bad idea, like, very easily.
Yeah, like someone mods it so that their characters' armor textures are all just Pepe faces.
Or something stupid, yeah.
And it's like, we don't want to look at that. Go away.
No, I don't like that.
We're just gonna kill this regular Diablos?
I mean, maybe. I can't find the other one, so...
You're just gonna take this one hostage and see if the other one pays ransom?
Nah, she's not gonna pay ransom on this one. I didn't take my drugs, I just realized.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah, I might want to steroid up, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't wanna hold someone ransom if you're not high.
Well, I don't want to do it if I don't have my Bane powers. That's all that's really
That's true.
Yeah. Is that one already leaving? No, it's going this way. Okay.
You're not gonna use your bombs on it, are you?
No, I just decided to... I don't know why I have rid of bombs.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I always forget where that one spawns. I think it just spawns down in the area below it. Like the one where it's like the room
just
full
in the
of
bedroom.
sand. Yeah.
And now they're having a little domestic dispute, I guess.
Big damage. That does so much damage when that one gets thrown.
Yeah, well, and relative to their health, it's probably not as bad.
I'm not actually sure. It might be pretty bad, to be honest with you.
Well, I wish they wouldn't fight at all. I mean, like, in this scenario I've just decided where they're, like, roommates or whatever, I wish they wouldn't fight.
Yeah,
when you think of them as just shitty monsters you want to kill, it's great when they fight. But Lydia and Veronica are friends.
At least they should.
Yeah, they're either friends, or they're friends like Veronica and Heather's is friends with the Heathers.
Okay, again, I don't...
She murders one of them, but it's her boyfriend's fault.
Right.
The other one basically just turned into a awful person immediately after, and the third one is the nice one.
Oh yeah, I had wanted to say, by the way, one of the other things that NVIDIA fucked up when they did the driver changes is not only is this game running like ass now, but the shadow play, which is what we use to record stuff, is not functioning properly. I don't know how they messed that up, because that's their selling point. I don't know why you would mess that up, because that's your selling point.
Oh, yeah, like they've made it so the indicators that you're recording are different.
Yeah, the indicators are, like, they wanted desperately to be like, oh, well, let's change the indicators to make them look newer and better, and it's like, they just look like garbage. And it
messes with Josh psychologically.
And it messes everything up. Like, I can't start the recording anymore, because if I try to start the recording, it'll start throwing notifications at me non-stop. I can't turn the notifications off anymore. Like you can, but they're busted. They don't stay off. You turn them off and they just stay off for that recording, and then they turn themselves back on.
I have not updated my NVIDIA. We have the same kind of graphics card, and I haven't messed with mine. And I'm hoping it'll let me not. Like, I'm just waiting to see if they force it. I just want them to fix the fucking
problem. My biggest gripe with the whole thing is that they for the last update that they did, they updated it and the bug fix was literally, we fixed bugs people were talking about, sorry, we don't know what happened. And it's like, come on, like, fucking A, don't straight up admit to not knowing what you did to fuck up your own system, but B, like, at least fix it if you say you're gonna fix it. Because clearly you know that there were problems, because you talked about there being problems. Just
Lydia's mad.
Yeah, and because of Shadowplay being kind of fucked, that actually... And it's almost... Thank God I was able to fix the footage, but there was a problem a couple weeks ago when we did the... I'm gonna die here. When we did that recording...
Holy shit, one of them saved you from the other one.
What I said was that I was gonna die there. I'm very lucky I didn't, because there was a very good possibility of me dying. One of the things that like, the footage almost didn't make it was Vanguard Princess, was what I was going to say. The one from 2 weeks ago, that footage was royally fucked when we were done with it. Like, the footage on that one was, that game runs at, like, I don't know, 640 by 480 or some stupid resolution like that. Because that game can't not run at that. It's not really compatible with Windows 10. It just pretends that it is. I think we've mentioned that before.
Yeah, that game's made in a fighting game maker that's from, like, 15 years ago.
Yeah, and I desperately have to work to get it functional. And that particular game was running at, like, a much lower resolution, like I said. And we did, I changed the resolution on the PC and then went into the graphics card and started Shadowplay, which just records directly off of the graphics card, and it's supposed to record at the resolution that your PC is set to. And I started the recording, and then at the end of it, I opened the recording to check to make sure everything was okay, and it was 1080. Like it was 1920 by 1920 by 1080. And the entirety of the footage was in the top left-hand corner as this tiny little box surrounded by nothing but darkness.
How'd you fix it?
I had to zoom in on one particular corner and figure out what the best, like, zoom percentage was, which was, like, 92, by the way. Or some stupid number, like 192, I think. And basically just had to zoom in on that and hope that it worked. And it just kind of barely worked, basically. It was a tremendous pain. I cannot believe that it was as much of a pain in the ass as it was. It really pissed me off. And it's just a consistent problem now where NVIDIA's just fucking up, I guess. I really would like it if the, you know, I don't know, if it wasn't fucked up, basically.
Yeah, well, if absolutely necessary, there is the rollback.
I know, but
yeah.
I hate doing that
I don't
because it
like
always
the idea.
spooks me every time.
Yeah, I don't like the idea either.
Yeah.
Here she comes.
Come on, Tao. That cat that was with us is dead.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that cat did not survive. Tao has no interest in grabbing those. I don't know why. Those Custodon.
Huh.
That's the
fine.
second group of Custodon that I've run up to also, and for both of them, she wanted nothing to do with them.
Huh. And she does have that activated.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Oh my god, why do I not climb up the...
I think that one wasn't a climber. That was just for mounting things.
Such a pain. It'd be nice if they looked at least a little bit different.
That's true. Sometimes they totally just look like they're climbable.
Because that one totally looks completely climbable in every way. Ugh.
A discussion in chat is about whether or not Veronica and Lydia are, like, a couple.
I don't know if one of them's male and one of them's female, or if that even matters, to be honest, because it kind of doesn't, but I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it's in relation to me speculating on why they live together.
Well, I have mentioned in the past that they are part of the Blos family. But the Blos family, which is Monoblos and Diablos, are like horned brute wyverns, but they do have related families, like Bastiodon and monsters like that. And those ones, when they go into mating season, totally change color. So there is a chance, because there's another monster that, you know, functions within basically the same family, that maybe they change color when they're in breeding season, but it's not necessarily 100% like totally what's going on here.
They're sulking around in plain sight of each other, passive
They're
aggressively.
not sulking. I think they're looking for food or something.
Are they both leaving?
Grab more of this. Yeah, maybe.
They're just like, yeah, let's just go.
I'm grabbing more black Diablos footprints, though, because these are...
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, you've never fully completed a fight against one, so you probably are just, like, low level for all the research.
Yeah, I'm almost positive I am.
Yeah.
She leaves a lot of footprints.
Yeah, maybe she's just literally covered in something to get that color, and it's just leaving prints.
I mean, that could be it. It could be, like, diet or something like that.
Something set her on fire, but
it could
made
be
her
age,
stronger.
too. Like, it could be that the older they get, the darker their skin. Well, they're shells, I guess, because it's not really skin. They have scales. Oh, that hurt.
It's not even scales so much as carapace chunks on these
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. Well, it's scoots and things.
Yeah.
They do have that ridge on the back as well.
Nice.
That I am going to try and get up on and break as best I can. I don't think I'm going to be able to do
Such a weird looking ridge.
that.
Oh, we're close to where sometimes a cat hangs out. Is there no, there's no cat there for extra trapping.
No, unfortunately.
There's one in the other area that we're probably not going to get this thing into.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
down where the
I don't know.
Gajolicas were.
Depends on whether or not it's going to walk over there.
I don't think it will. They usually
I don't think it will either.
They don't usually go towards water. I've never even seen one take a drink at the water.
Yeah, I'm betting if you wait long enough they would, but yeah, for the time being, no, I've not seen them do it either.
Yeah. They probably, since they eat cactuses, don't need to go to the water.
They might not, yeah.
It would make sense.
Oh.
Ooh, good.
There we go.
Oh, she mad.
Okay, hit.
She's so mad.
Oh, damn it.
Oh,
I got
fuck.
roared midair. No.
What the? It was cool looking, actually.
Yeah, but it sucks when that happens because it really doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, it's literally the breath pushing you
Something
back.
like that, yeah.
Which
That's what it
is
would have to
absolutely
be.
a thing. It could totally it's just wind damage.
I guess. Except wind damage in this game, we keep going over this, is not technically an element.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that it really should be. There are a lot of monsters that rely on it, to be honest. Like Paolumu and Kushala Deora and all sorts of stuff.
There's...
What up, Buttercup?
There's Buttercup.
And
If
me
we
without my
ever-
dung.
Just make more.
No, I can't. I have to go grab some.
Anyways, I was gonna
Assuming
say...
Buttercup actually sticks around. Yeah, Buttercup's sticking around.
Just let this happen, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna... I'm planning on it.
If they ever give us like a DLC, just like an alternate Basil Goose, like a recolor.
Yeah, like a red basil goose or a
this
gold
one
basil goose.
we kind of went with the idea that we named Diablo's Lydia because that thing's Beetlejuice. The next
little
one's
bit.
gonna have to be named like JD for the guy in Heathers.
Maybe.
Because for some reason Winona
Oh, man,
Ryder
Black
is
Diablos
the
just took
tie
off.
between these. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I am, but at the same time, like, holy shit. It just did not want to deal with this in the slightest.
Would you?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Oh, where are you going, damn it? Oh, no, come back.
Who's going where?
Black Diablos is taken off in
Oh,
weird
it's in-
directions. I can't tell where the hell it's going.
Both Diablos are over there. Is that just their nest? I think it's just
And I
their
think
nest.
that's just the nest, but it was like way over there and it started moving really quickly to like different areas. I was confused for a minute.
It could be because it's going down levels. It looks like it's suddenly shifting
Maybe,
around.
Maybe. Let's go on down here.
Alright. They're not fighting. They've just
Yeah,
decided
they don't
not
fight.
to fight.
After they fight the first time, I don't think they ever fight again.
Yeah, they've got a greater enemy to deal with.
Yeah, kinda.
And I don't even mean you. I mean like that fucking Buttercup up there.
The fucking basil goose upstairs.
Yeah, they're just like, he's back and we need to get rid of him.
Yeah.
He's gross and we just want him to go away.
Yeah, that's not usually how Beetlejuice works, but you know.
How does Beetlejuice work? Beetlejuice is a character you
Lydia
want to go
likes him.
away.
Yeah,
No?
No, that's the end of Beetlejuice. That's basically what it is.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
No, kinda. I mean,
No.
he's, you know. The cartoon completely changed that relationship also. Oh,
Yeah,
come
no,
on.
the end of Beetlejuice is they get rid of him. She just lives with those two other ghosts.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice is kind of a
This is
predator.
fucking awful.
He's creeping on her. She
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
like that.
Okay.
I mean, it's been a little while since I've seen Beetlejuice, but that is not a canon shift. I don't care
Oh,
what
just
anyone
saying.
says.
Go ahead and just whetstone this then. Oh, you fuck! Get out of here! Go away.
Like, if you want to ship Lydia and Beetlejuice, like, weird, but there's lots of people who do that, and I don't get it. But
Again, I'm
whatever,
pretty sure
but,
it's
like,
it's the cartoon. I don't know if you ever saw the
Yeah.
cartoon.
Oh yeah. No, I
Yeah,
did.
so-
I don't remember very much of it,
Okay.
but like, there's a much.
That was the whole of the cartoon. Was literally just these two are basically sort
She
of
was
dating.
also no, because she was also much younger in the
Yeah.
cartoon.
No, I know.
And he is
Believe
more or
me.
less a timeless adult monster
yeah,
the whole
believe
time.
me. Well, people ship Wendy and Peter Pan too. So.
Okay, that's different because he's a timeless child. And also, part of the point of Peter Pan is that she eventually just moves on from him.
Yeah, that's the end of the original.
You
Peter
haven't
Pan.
even read Peter Pan.
I know.
Every few years, it's one of the public domain things I read just to remind myself of that, and Dracula, and a bunch of other stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna get absolutely destroyed here.
Ooh,
Oh,
a little bit.
yeah, I could see that coming.
You're stunned.
Yeah, I know, and he's doing it again. If Tao does not hit me, I'm dead. There we go. Fuck you, Tao. Jesus Christ. She just stood there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what the hell's up with the AI and the cats. Is so bad.
Like,
in this
we've
game.
seen her get you out of stun specifically in the past. It's just it's such a low chance to get her to actually try. You sit down in the tent and have a chat about what she should have done.
Tao,
there.
we need to have a discussion about your future with the hunters. Look, I'm not sure if there's a place for a cat who can't actually, help.
She's helpful in every other way. It's just
I know.
This is the one thing.
But it's seriously like, yeah, this is a massive fuck up on the behalf of Tao, though. I can't figure out why it is that the AI keeps doing that. It's so confusing to me. Because it seems like that would be like the first thing that it does. And you know what game doesn't have that problem? Literally every other Monster Hunter ever. There are consistent situations where in Monster Hunter normally your cat will hit you when you're stunned and you don't want them to hit you. Like that's a way more common problem. Yeah, well, knocking you off a cliff is one part of it. Let's see. Doing things like hitting you right as the stun ends, so the cat's busy doing something else, and then runs over, and as your stun ends, your cat hits you anyway. Like, that kind of shit is super common, but it's still, like, just, I don't know, it's fucking... Why is it like this right now?
I don't know.
And the AI's been like that for a while. I don't know. It's like this game just doesn't know how to have the cats do things properly. Oh, I should eat before I go out here. What the fuck am I doing?
I don't know. You're just excited.
Yeah.
But anyways, under no circumstances is Lydia and Beetlejuice a canon ship. I don't think they ever intended that. They intended the idea of Beetlejuice forcing Lydia to marry him as being menacing and a bad thing. Ship it if you want, but don't you tell me that's canon. Don't you tell me that's how the movie ended. I've seen that movie.
Okay. Oh my god, I wish I could turn the radial dial off, like, completely. Just never have it turn on.
I use it to shout pleased to meet you over and over again at people.
Well, I want to use it to do nothing. I want to just turn it off so that I can use my items like a normal person.
You can.
It's such a pain in the ass when I accidentally turn it on, though.
Yeah, well, just don't hold down the button and use the stick at the same time, I guess.
That's so difficult.
It's not, but... Okay.
Come and get me.
Spooked her.
Yeah, I think those hit her me. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe. I don't think they did. I didn't see numbers, but maybe we were far away.
Yeah. I didn't see numbers either, but it looked like she recoiled slightly. I don't know.
Maybe. Ooh,
oh, there we go. I was worried I wasn't going to get that one. I was
Yeah,
like, oh no,
look
she
like
pulled back too far. I'm not even going to make contact with her head. I think Basil Goose is in the area again.
Probably. I'm not... There he is. Showing up on the map the moment I said he wasn't there.
Yep.
Should we
No,
run?
I'm just going to hit her.
Okay.
I'm just going to hope for the best here. And hope that I don't get B-52 bomb. Because it's definitely coming. There it is.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Is she going to come upstairs, or is she going to stay down there and try and fight?
Oh,
She's going to stay down there. Okay. And I'll just stun her every so often.
I'm just trying to make sure that the Buttercup does her job.
Yeah, the Buttercup does a little bit of a better job than normal.
Nope.
Did she go upstairs?
Yeah.
Oh, she did. Look at that. I'll tell you what,
God,
I'll pick
there's
up another
bombs
one of these
everywhere.
skeletons. That's fine. So long as they're not red, they're fine. It's red, or when Basil Goose does the big roar, which I think it can only do under certain circumstances. It's fine.
Okay.
Oh, did I knock her over and haven't been able to capitalize? Oh boy.
I want to get that tail cut.
Yeah, I know. The tail cut on Diablos is always kind of a weird one.
Because the tail is armored.
Yeah,
so if you hit it directly, you're bouncing.
Usually, like if you hit the very tip of it, you're probably going to bounce.
Yeah, and like there is, you know, there's a chance you'll have like white sharpness or the ability where it doesn't bounce, because that's the thing on some armors. But like it's probably gonna bounce, and you're not gonna get that. You gotta get like just to the side of the armored chunk, and that's annoying sometimes.
Yeah, well, I just hit it a little higher up on the tail. Usually you're close enough that you're still getting tail hits.
Yeah, but they're moving around all the time, so it makes it a little trickier.
Come here, come and get me. Dum. Oh, missed. That one hit.
Hoping for it. Yeah, no, you're not
Nope,
gonna do
not
a
gonna
slide
hit
jump
that.
there.
Yeah, not there. Not quite like that.
She tried to do a slide jump on you.
I know. Saw.
It's so weird when you change direction on that.
She's so fast. Like, oh yeah, changing direction on the sword thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks goofy as hell. Ah, fuck. Hey, you know what I found out?
What?
Ian Cordy? I always want to call him
the
Quarterly.
RPG
Yeah,
World
the
guy.
RPG World guy. He started doing OKKO at some point. That's
Which
been
looks
his
terrible, just gonna say.
Yeah, I know
I'm
you're not a big
interested.
fan of it. I'm aware of it. It's okay. I really liked the first season or so that they did. Was that the other horn?
Yeah.
Neat.
I didn't realize you could get both.
Yeah, you can get both.
I mean, maybe I've seen it and just forgot, but it did surprise me there.
Yep. Let's see if I can, well, I got part breaker right now, which is probably why I'm doing, like, good old part breaking, but, yeah, OKKO was one of those shows where it's like, a lot of people kind of didn't like it right off the bat, and honestly, I had a lot of mixed feelings about it for a bit, and, I came around, I kind of like it more now than I did then. Oops, okay. There we go.
Oh no.
Did I even carve the tail?
No, you picked up thorn pods.
Oh, yeah, because that's what I fucking want. What? Why does it do that? It prioritizes fucking slinger ammo over carves.
Yeah, there's been times when I picked up a slinger ammo and then picked up the slinger ammo I ejected and then picked up the old one again, like 5 times before I carved something.
Yeah, you know what somebody has pointed out to me is, and this is really messed up, if you have the bandit mantle on, it'll prioritize, slinger ammo over the shiny drops for the bandit mantle.
That's annoying.
Yeah, so if you're like walking around using bandit mantle, you have a very good chance of wow, I don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah, Buttercup was clipping and juddering.
There was some problems there. Basically you have a very good chance of creating slinger ammo when you do that. So oh my god, I almost died. It just boils down to like it's very hard to use the bandit mantle correctly. They decided to make some really stupid choices with the bandit mantle. That's all I'm trying to say because currently I think we're in the middle of dying.
We are, but so is
Lydia
Veronica.
or Veronica, yeah, that one.
Yeah, the difference, which is weird in this case, is that Lydia's the one who's not goth.
Yeah. Maybe we should have named them better.
That way. Well, fuck. One of them was just us playing off the name Basil Goose, and the other one was just us playing off of the fact that the character was played by the same actor.
Oh, I was hoping that would do more damage.
Your initial name for her was Black Lydia, which is like.
Yeah, okay, sure. Blame me for it. Go ahead.
Well, okay, so you're going to hate me for going with this bit, but what if we started calling you White Josh?
They're doing the button heads thing again.
Which is great, because someone's missing both
somebody's
horns.
missing both horns and her tail. And she still won against the Diablos with both horns, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, she's clearly the top of their class.
It's something like that. I think there might not be a Diablos higher up than this. I think the Black Diablos, if I'm not mistaken, actually is the top of the food chain. chain.
If there was one above this, what do you think they'd make it look like?
It would probably be a red Diablos or a brute Diablos or something like that.
Fafnese is pointing out it's scripted and Black Diablos always wins.
Yeah, not surprised.
That makes sense.
No, 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 you fucking dick!
Get over here. Fuck.
I'm gonna have to wait for her to go to sleep now. Oh. Are they hanging out in the same fucking place again?
Maybe you can chase her out here.
No, I'm just gonna have to put down a fucking thing in there. Man, what a pain.
What are you doing over there?
She's gonna wake the other one up and try and fight me while I'm in here. It's literally just there to annoy the shit out of me.
Well, now it's done.
Fucking hell.
Nice.
Go to sleep. Fucking ass. I'd kill the other one if she was still in here, but I can't. Because she ain't.
Alright, what are our other goals? Are there any swords you're trying to assemble?
Just the ones that take the coins for the most part. Those are the ones that I really like the idea of, but haven't been able to get all the parts for yet.
Is there a Black Diablos
Earth
armor
crystal,
set? Have we
Carbolite.
seen?
I don't think we've seen it, but I'm pretty sure there is an armor set.
Cool.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there is.
It's like a third of a level on Hunter rank.
Level 2 research. Yeah.
Learned Wrath of Meow.
Interesting. Usually when you see Wrath spelt that way in this game, it's because it has something to do with Arabian or Rathlos.
Well, it's on the bomb's proficiency. So,
It's probably going to be like Wrathfire then, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a big old fireball. Something like that. Items, Argosy, research. Okay. Lots of things. Tons of stuff.
Yep. All at once.
Everything all at once.
Do we know at
Purchase.
what time the autumn festival is coming in?
I'm gonna guess it's like 10 a.m.
Okay.
Probably. Might even be midnight, to be honest.
Is this one of those things where they'll like temporarily keep the servers down for an hour to update everything?
I don't think so, no.
Because I'm just thinking, would we be able to rig it so that we're online before it hits and then we exit a quest and it's here?
I don't think so.
Okay. I think I have work that day anyway.
Yeah, I think you might. I think I've looked into it. I think maybe you have an opening shift, though, so we might be able to do like a later... Well, not even a later stream. It's going to be like a midday stream or something like that.
There's a lot of factors that go
I'm
into that
sorry
shit.
we've gone almost a week without streaming. It's mostly because of the issues with the graphics card, though. I've been hopeful that NVIDIA was going to fix the problem, and they did not. And it's just like, oh... It really takes all the wind out of my sails and makes me not want to do things. The update, the driver updates, by the way, that broke this and Vanguard Princess also, this one's way more important and way less obvious because I have been fixing it so well. But it takes so much effort to do. They have been breaking Neptune episodes.
Oh yeah, are those the ones that are desyncing?
Yeah, those ones are desyncing super hard. And it's like... I've been lucky enough that they've been fixable, but there is a chance that they won't be fixable for very long. So if Neptune starts like coming up weird, it's NVIDIA's fault. It's not mine, I swear to God. I don't know what they did, but their newest updates are just terrible. I know I keep harping on them for it, but it's like, I don't know. We own a product that they, sold us, and it's bad.
Fapnese is pointing out that on the console version of Monster Hunter World, servers did not have to go down, and it did update to Autumn Festival between quests for him.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. That would be great to get on stream just for the spectacle of just suddenly
I don't think it's
showing
gonna happen,
up.
but yeah.
No,
it
I have
could
work
be
that
cool.
day.
I don't know.
Let's see this Black Diablos mail.
I'm gonna bet that it looks exactly like Diablo's mail, but it's black.
Well, let's find out. Show us the regular first.
Okay, then we will find regular Diablos first. And that looks like... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, no. God damn it.
It's okay.
I know. It's... There we go. X. So it looks like that.
Big old bulky shoulder pads.
Spike Man, and then Diablos Nero is this. Literally just the exact same thing but black.
Yeah.
Still looks cooler, to be honest. Like.
Yeah.
And this is beta, and then this is beta.
Okay. I would have hoped for at least a little bit of a difference.
Yeah,
okay.
Unfortunately, that's not something that we were going to get. What was the... Oh, look at those numbers.
Ah!
Black Diablos Ridge Plus. And it's like, yeah, not quite. That, again, is just Damascus, which looks nice.
Yeah.
And Damascus Beta also looks nice.
You've got some things from the alpha and some things from the beta. Are you trying to get up both?
I don't have... They're about the same, honestly. Like, if I have the parts enough for the beta stuff, I've been picking them up, but I'm picking up alpha first. So it's like, I had the Carapace enough from Lavasioth to make the boots, but not twice. Nothing that I have that's beta is something I don't have for alpha already. This takes Black Diablos Ridges, so I probably should save those and not buy these. And for some strange reason, we never looked at Rathalos mail. I don't know why.
It's pretty much
it's
how
generic.
it looks.
Yeah, it's how it always looks. It's literally just the Rathalos mail. Nothing for Odegaron. There's just nothing in here, I think. Yeah. All right.
On my own file, I've made almost no progress forward. I have not, fought Pink Rathian yet, so I'm still right at the beginning of high rank. But I have gone in and filled out almost all of my low rank armor. I have everything except one part of the Legiana set, but, I need a plate for it. I'm those are hard to get. So, I'm probably gonna try and fill out some more, of the plot before Autumn Festival hits. But probably won't make it all the way to the end of storyline by then. I'm gonna assume that there's gonna be at least one special quest that's for, Hunter rank above 21 or whatever the cutoff is.
The cutoff is 15.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought 21.
I don't know either. It's 15, and then once you hit 16, or no, it's 15, and then once they unlock it, you go up to whatever your experience should be. So you're locked at 15 until you finish it, and then once you finish it, most of my friends went up to 27. I went up to 16.
That's okay.
Yeah. I know it's fine.
Fapnese is pointing out, because we did mention Neptune, that he doesn't actually ship Warachu and Compa, which is a thing that in previous streams I've been told that I was being unfair to the mouse for saying the mouse can't love a human.
You're being pretty unfair. I mean, come on.
But apparently we just don't know yet from the plot so far that he does get creepy, and it's I was pretty sure it would. If nothing else, it's a mouse. God, People shouldn't be romancing animals usually.
Stuff for blue Rathalos, but not for red. Jeez. Yeah, I don't think this is going to happen. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the Wrath coins. Those are really the only coins that I had problems with, were the Wrath ones. The Baroth ones I don't really have almost any problem getting.
Yeah, but are the Wrath coins going to be different for Azure?
I think they are, but I'm not even sure.
You could always just fight it just to see if you can win.
I mean, I could. Let me see what I actually need for the sword real fast, and then we'll figure out if it's worth it to even try. Because honestly, it might just be a really long fight with no outcome that's good. I don't know.
Yeah. On the subject of Neptune and how far we are, we still are in the lean box. That's what I remember.
Yes.
There's a chance that progress in certain things we've been doing might get slightly sidetracked if we decide to do any spooky games, which we're still figuring out how.
Well, it's one of those things where it's I think we were going to talk about that and we haven't yet. We wanted to do stuff for Spooky Month again. We were going to do another month worth of themed games, and they were all going to be horror games. And we're still probably going to do that, but I have not been feeling great the last couple of weeks. I've got an actual cold, a real one. And it's hard to tell, but my throat has been killing me the last 2 days.
Yeah, I'm not sick yet, which is unusual. Usually it's both of us, but it'll probably set in the moment he gets better.
Yeah. Probably.
But we do normally do spooky, for some reason, RPG Maker games. It just kind of turned out that way for Halloween. There's just kind of a lot of spooky RPG Maker games, and we've got a couple that we might play. We know they're around.
I mean, those aren't the only ones we do.
Yeah, we have other games that are spooky. But we just gotta kind of sort everything out, figure out where we're putting stuff in scheduling, in our time. In addition to just general, like, everyone wants to do everything at Halloween. I've been thinking I have been clean of Second Life for months, but I keep thinking, shit, this is the point where everyone starts putting out free stuff and it's always spooky stuff. I should go in to all of the goth shopping fairs and pick up all the freebies. And the other side of me is like, no, because you're not going to sort your inventory and they're all going to stay packed in boxes forever. And I'm like, fuck.
What do you think, by the way? Do you want to do Sword and Shield or Hammer?
Which one are you better at?
I'm not really good with anything on this list. I'm probably decent with these first three, but that's going to be about it.
I think the Hammer is going to be closest to the way you play Greatsword. I've heard of Ib, or is it just pronounced IB?
It's Ib.
Creepy RPG Maker game. Heard of, have not played. We're also being suggested to do Doom. I mean, we don't own a version of Doom, but it's fun.
Doom runs on literally everything.
Yeah,
so.
Doom runs on, like...
printers.
Yeah, like the displays for digital printer thingies. But, I don't know, this is probably cheap on Steam.
Oh, he's got slow eating.
Oh.
Oh, that's a gigantic
thing?
pain. Yeah.
You mean just the absence of speed eating?
No. It's a... You can have eating that is even lower than normal eating. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe I'm wrong. Because that would require negative skills, and that doesn't exist in this game.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought that just wasn't a thing.
Yeah, that's not a thing. So, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, we have...
forever to eat that fucking steak, though. Oh.
We have unfinished stuff from last year as well. But there's also, like... Everyone I know who does art is talking about, like, Inktober, and I'm like, I'm not... I already draw every day, dude.
No, Inktober is, it's a big thing that a lot of people really enjoy doing, and it's like, I appreciate the concept, but, I don't know, it's... A lot of artists just draw every day anyway. It's not any different
and
for certain
it's
people.
like, I could draw with pens or ink, or I have, like, markers and stuff, but it's like, I'm already drawing a bunch of stuff every day that I'm not going to stop in order to do other things.
The point of Inktober, I don't think, is to actually draw with ink. I think it's just to draw.
It depends on the person. Some people will say it doesn't matter. Some people say it does.
Oh, fuck.
In fact, I've heard other people just say Arttober instead of Inktober because they don't want it to sound like they're excluding anyone who doesn't work in ink.
Yeah.
And other people's like, no, the challenge is that you don't normally use ink, so then it's like you're trying something new. And then there's smug people who are like, I only work in ink, so it's like every day.
Oh,
And I'm over here like, well, how about it just be standard obligations Tober, where I just draw the things that I meant to draw anyways, but I like actually do it.
Yeah. Okay, run, please run. Oh my god. I don't know why the fuck he wasn't running for a second there. That was so annoying. I was terrified. Okay, there we go.
I have not seen the final mounting hit with hammer, so this will be...
Yeah, it might be different.
I know that if you can give something like a stun, you can kind of just chain stuns if you just whack something in the head.
If you know how to do it, you can chain stuns in this game. It's actually an argument that people have made for it being not so great. The game has some weaknesses, and that's one of the weaknesses that people don't particularly like, is how unbelievably easy it is to chain stun monsters. That being said, I have no idea what I'm doing with the hammer, so...
Yeah, and it's hard
things.
to get to Rathalos' head a lot of the time.
Oh, fuck. Also, I don't know if you caught that there, but I'm putting the weapon away automatically, and I'm pretty sure I have that turned off, so I don't know why it's doing that.
I don't know. Maybe it's because you're running?
It should still not automatically turn it off.
I don't know, then.
I mean, it could be. You could be right, yeah, but...
Although the hammer is a running charge, so that could be the other shoulder button.
Yeah, probably.
One thing I am doing...
I think I hit him.
Maybe. One thing that I am doing is anytime I find a weird custom Inktober list, that, like, I'll find some that are, like, fandom-based or whatever, I show it to all the artists in Discord that I know, and all of them will look at it and is like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, half the time, like, people can't think of enough things that are in the theme to fill out 31 days, so then, like, day 27 or something late in the game will be, like, write a poem about the subject, and it's like, that's not the point.
Not really.
Yeah. But whatever.
Let's see. Da-da-da. Sorry, I'm just making sure I've got everything I want where I want it. Okay.
So
downside about
wait?
downside about this is that I can't just get back in there. I have to wait for the thing to go back down because you can't, as a hunter, you can't just circumvent the net. Or the steel cage, rather. Even though there's totally enough space over here.
Yeah.
Doesn't let you. You just gotta wait for it to go back down, which I think takes a full 3 minutes.
Also, what's stopping him from just flying over everything and leaving?
I don't know. He just can't fly that high.
I mean, what? Did they clip his wings?
Yeah, maybe.
They just punctured some holes in his wings so that he can't get enough lift to get out of here? Because that's really sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be.
Were you hoping that would go through the bars?
A little bit. It didn't work at all.
Yeah. Oh well. I didn't
now
expect it.
I just gotta wait for this stupid cage to go down. I only needed a second. I didn't need like a full 10 minutes. Thanks.
Well, it's you knew this when you did it.
No.
You know, it's just part of the decisions that you gotta make.
Wait, what? Somebody said you can use the Farcaster and use the hitching post to get on the... Oh, yeah, I could do that, couldn't I?
There's a hitching post in here?
Yeah, there's a hitching post back there that I think takes you to the far side of the gate.
But you got a Farcast up to the camp?
Is it worth it?
Do you have a...
I do, because they gave me one when I started this.
Huh.
I'm gonna have to figure out where the Farcaster is real fast, though.
You mean the hitching post?
Yeah, sorry, the hitching post.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Cool. So they give you one so that you can do this if you really need to.
Yeah, if you need to.
Yeah. It's much harder to get part breaks on things like tails with a hammer, correct?
Yeah, it is. You usually want to go for the head.
Yeah.
I forgot I was using a hammer for a second. Oh, well, I'm gonna get hit. Damn it.
You're not using your run charge,
I'm
by
not
the way.
100% sure how to make it work.
It should be right trigger.
Okay.
I think. But you do just, if you have a chance to just hit the head, just hit the head.
Yeah, well, that's kind of how I plan to make this work.
Fence ready in 1 minute? I don't think it's gonna matter.
Not really. Kind of wish there was a Dragonator in this map, but there super isn't.
Yeah, they did it on purpose.
Yeah,
This
there's
is
no
for
artillery,
challenge.
there's no Dragonator. This area is very much just about the challenge.
Yep. Well, now he's over to the area you can kind of mount from sometimes.
Sometimes. Oh, well, he's gonna do that though.
What's up with that hammer? Is that an ice hammer?
It's a Cocytus, which is ice, yes. It's, I I think we had a conversation at some point where I said in a game that I wasn't sure what the fuck Cocytus was, because I had heard it before and was like, I'm not sure what it is. It's in a lot of Japanese stuff. And somebody went ahead and pointed out for me, because I had apparently forgotten. Cocytus is a Greek myth, and it's about a lake that's permanently frozen.
Why?
I don't know.
Is it just
involving gods.
Somewhere really cold?
No, it's just a lake that's non-stop frozen. Like it's I think it's actively in an area where that shouldn't be what happens.
Huh. Does it have like a crystal at the bottom or something?
No, I think it's just cursed.
Cursed to be really cold in a place that isn't cold? I
Yeah,
mean,
basically.
that sounds like a good thing for a lake.
Well, I don't know. When you consider that having a frozen lake means you can't pull water out of the lake, that might be like a death sentence for an ancient people.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
It's one of those things where it's like you don't think of things as being particularly terrible, you know, but when you think about them in terms of like the ancient world, they're significantly worse. Like, I don't know, being alive forever. I don't remember if we had this discussion or if I had this with other people recently, but it's the story of Cain and Abel, the biggest fucking, like, in the Bible, that's one of those things where it's like, oh, it's such a big fucking, like, thing where someone gets punished by God. And it's
Wait,
like,
where did your bombs go?
oh, they probably may have been too long.
They expire?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
that
do. I think they have
sucks.
like a 5-minute time.
That's super sad.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But Cain and Abel, Cain gets immortality as a fucking punishment. And it's like, that's not a punishment. That's, who the fuck considers that a punishment, ever? I've legitimately heard people try and make an argument for that being a punishment too, and it's not.
I mean, immortality can be a punishment if you got certain caveats. Like, if you don't get eternal youth, just eternal life, you will just shrivel but still be alive.
God damn it! Yeah. I don't think that was necessarily the issue. Also, ironically, despite the fact that I hate certain stories in the Bible, by the way, and that's one of the ones where it's just like, that's terrible. I come from like a fairly religious family. I'm an atheist.
Yeah,
I think we've been open about
think
this in the
that's
past,
just
so let's
generally
just continue to be open about it. But
I've never been completely clear about what my family's actual denomination of Christianity was supposed to be, except that they had one, but didn't. It was
long
an
it takes to eat
extremely. It was an extremely, I don't even want to say Christmas and Easter kind of thing. It was more like my dad would apparently just go to church because, like, he would meet up with, like, drinking buddies there. And it was a place where you could drop the kids off as basically daycare, and then he could just go sit over on the side and they'd, like, drink and barbecue. So, I don't know.
Cain and Abel is a weird story because Cain is literally given immortality as a punishment. It's like, that's really not a punishment, except he was living in the ancient world, so I guess being immortal in the ancient world probably sucks.
Yeah, because it's like,
you kind of just have to deal with it.
Immortality doesn't necessarily save you from, like, disease.
Yeah, well, it does.
Just means you keep having
Yeah,
it.
it just means he kind of just had to suffer through it. Also, he totally loopholed the fuck out of God doing that. A lot of people don't talk about that part of it. Cain was basically, the equivalent would be that part of his curse was that he was forced to live nowhere. Like, he was forced to wander, and in order to kind of take advantage of this, he started his own nation and just called it Nowhere. That's how he got around it. So he had his own kingdom. Like, it's fucking stupid.
All of the best parts of the Bible are the parts that aren't actually in it.
Yeah.
Like how Jesus' twin brother, like, went off and had adventures in the rest of the world, and people would see the ghost of Jesus, and he'd be like, that's my twin brother, Jesus.
Or how his twin brother replaced him on the cross, and then Jesus died in Japan.
Yeah, just anytime people come up with weird extra things that are like just supposed to adapt into a different culture, it's like you get some really great stories that no one ever acknowledges.
Yeah, there are some really good ones, yeah.
Yeah, there's a point in, like, the olden days where, like, Christianity was just kind of getting off of its feet, Like, just sort of getting into, like not being a weird side thing for hidden people.
Yeah.
Like when people were just writing extra Bible books just to sell a book.
Yeah.
And some of those are amazing, because it's basically just people writing folklore, and they didn't get those into the Bible. It was like people just decided that that's apocryphal, that's not real.
It's kind of what the entirety of the New Testament is.
I mean, some of it is actually, like, historical documents about, like, people in the church sending letters to other people in the church. And then sometimes they imitate that format.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
other things.
Okay, here's the thing. Like, a lot of people don't bring enough attention to the fact that most of the books in the New Testament were written 400 or 500 years after those events occurred. It's not as though those are actual words of, like, people who existed. No. I don't even care. I'm gonna die. I have no control over it. I was staggered, and I was on fire, and I was poisoned. Like, there was no way I was
getting out of that. You've got, like, 7 more tries, though, right?
I don't know. I'm gonna need them, because I don't have anything to fix my health anymore. My health is stuck where it is.
Man, and that is slow eating.
Yeah, right? It's really pissing me off.
That is the normal eating, but, like I don't usually eat well-done steak, so I don't see it.
Yeah. I don't know. Also, people forget there was a third brother, Seth. I don't know why or how people forget there was a third brother.
For Cain and Abel? Yeah, no, they had another baby after Cain was
after Cain was cursed and Abel died, they had another baby, and that's the one that, according to Christianity, was the origin of, like, mankind. Because Cain's children were drowned in the flood.
Was he the one who decided to, like, do it with angels and made the Nephilim?
No, that was Eve. Although his children may have been responsible for it. There are some versions of the Bible where they're unsure of whether or not Cain's father is Adam.
That's another big one.
Yeah,
like,
it's a big oof. You really want to make sure with Apocrypha that you're not reading some real strange shit. But that's some weird Apocrypha, yeah. It's still...
Yeah.
So some groups consider that to be totally canon to the Bible.
Oh, I thought he had you in his grab.
Nope.
That would have sucked.
No, I was on the ground, but I wasn't in the grab.
By the way, I figured out, because I was, like, messing with Rathaloses a while back, if you have something in your slinger, you can shoot them while they've got you grabbed.
Yes, I'm pretty sure I know that.
Yeah, like, I don't know if everything is effective for that, but I had, like, piercing pods or something.
Well, it used to be that you were supposed to hit him with dung, and that would actually knock it off.
Yeah. Which is still an option, because they're slinger ammo.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if that's... I know it's an option, but I don't know if it would be as good.
I imagine hitting it with a piercing pod.
Oh, come on! Let me move, at least! Fuck!
Oh, he's mad.
Yeah, but it was like I was staggered and he was coming at me, and it's just like, oh my god, give me a sec. Fucking hell. Why am I not shooting? Oh.
Excuse me, dry throat. There's also apocryphal Bible books where just guys are taken to heaven to get a tour of heaven, just to show what it's like. And
that's
it's just
not
like,
Apocrypha. There's a lot of those that are actually canon.
Yeah.
Fuck!
That's true.
I think some of the Methuselah shit is... I don't fucking remember. The entirety of Book of Revelations is just that.
Yeah. Like it's always like, here's what heaven looks like. All your favorite Bible stars are gonna just talk with you and shake your hand and give you their autograph. There's never a tour of hell, is there? That is entirely some other thing.
Let me be real frank about this, right? Fucking heaven and hell are completely different than what the modern interpretation of them are in their books. Like, hell is just a dark place. There's actively very little fire there. Like, actively. On top of this, a lot of depictions of demons ruling hell are very much a modern thing. It mostly is because of Renaissance art. Demons are actively meant to be prisoners, like, in cells, in chains and shit, and it's just this weird fucking, like, modern culture fucked up a lot of religions as time went on.
Well, not necessarily modern.
Well, sure, but it's semi-modern. It's closer to modern than it is to action.
Yeah, that's fair.
What I really think is strange about stuff like that is that has an equivalent in modern like stuff, and it's no.
You ran into
it. It's no joke. Santa Claus is what I was gonna say. Santa Claus is basically the same fucking thing, where it's like you have this weird concept that just gets replaced over time and takes from other stuff, and it's like it's the same fucking thing. And it's ironically they're both religious as well.
They're both kind of the same religion.
It's sort of. I mean, Santa Claus is paganism, but yeah.
Yeah.
Traditional Santa Claus is paganism.
I mean, a lot of the stuff that we fucked up in biblical lore over society is also paganism. A lot of like the demons supposedly in the Ars Goetia are just like, these were the names of other like pagan deities that we decided are demons because they're bad.
Come on, fucking. I am so angry at this Rathalos. I want it dead so bad.
While we're on the subject of weird-ass Bible shit and cultural, adaptations...
Yeah.
One of the things that I have not been watching with you, but is on Netflix, and been watching it while doing art stuff. Have you ever heard of an anime called Blue Exorcist?
I've heard of it. I have no idea what it is, though.
So, I'm just gonna sum it up real quick, that it's Inuyasha if the brother was all human instead of all demon.
Okay.
So now it is about characters who arguably are supposed to be Catholic because they're exorcists who fight against demons. In Japan...
It's not necessarily Catholicism.
No, like they do... Their headquarters is the Vatican.
Oh, okay, well
but like the characters that are the focus characters are in Japan and like hang out with like Buddhists who are also exorcists, and they do like martial arts and like spray buckets of holy water on things. Oh, he's tired. He can't breathe. Yeah. And it's just an amazing fantasy adaptation of what like Western religion looks like to some guy making a manga. It's on Netflix. It's pretty good. The guy who voices the human brother is the guy who voices Vash, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He's a good voice.
He's a pretty common voice actor and stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, it's real good edgelord content. And I like it. It's just, I figured I'd point out because we were talking about weird Bible stuff. It's like, it is the weirdest Bible stuff I've seen in a while.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's doing it on purpose, obviously.
Yeah.
But it just came up to me. He's gotta be close to dead, right?
I don't know if he's close to dead, but he's definitely in pain. I'd like to be able to mount him a little bit, because if I can get him down, I can possibly sharpen, because I'm almost all the way out of green.
On your sharp hammer.
Yeah, well, you say that, but hammers do actually require.
I know, and this one explicitly has spikes on it, so it does make sense.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where a lot of people are like, oh, haha, hammers are dull. Why do you need to sharpen them? And it's like, in this game, you actively do. If you don't sharpen that hammer, it stops doing damage.
Which is
like,
just weird.
You can see the numbers. You can tell exactly how much damage it's doing. It does need to sharpen. Like, actively. I don't know. Are people angry at us for talking about weird shit?
No. There is a little talk about Blue Exorcist and Baphomets and Ragnar the Blood Edge.
I think Baphomet might be one of the weird apocryphal ones.
All demons are apocryphal, except for like. I don't know. The serpent's not even really the idea.
No, the serpent's not a demon. It's something else entirely. In fact, there's a lot of religious study aimed at that, potentially being a really bad explanation for where snakes come from. Like, the idea that snakes originally had legs, because the final word on that is literally, in the Bible, God goes, okay, from now on your kin shall crawl across the earth and eat dust. which means that the snake wasn't originally a snake. It was crawling around in a way that wasn't on the ground. So it's like, to some extent, it's like an argument for like, oh, this is where snakes come from. They were possibly lizards? I don't know.
Yeah,
a dragon,
it's like,
perhaps?
Like, there are lizards that have really vestigial legs that almost look like snakes. For example.
Yeah.
So maybe
yeah.
they put two and two together.
Snakes and lizards actually have a common ancestor in real life. That's in the fossil record.
Yeah, so it's very, very easy to come to the connection that, oh, someone took the legs off this lizard, because there's a shitload of lizards, and then snakes all kind of look alike. So, like, it's like just someone took a lizard and did this to it.
Yeah. We say as we fight a fucking wyvern.
Well, this is when someone takes a lizard and gives it wings.
Yeah, which is a real thing also.
What?
Winged lizards were a thing at some point. They're
I mean, like
they're gliding.
pterodactyls?
No, they glide. It's different. Slightly, but it is different.
I know there's flying snakes where they just make themselves really flat
Yeah,
and jump off
so there was a
trees.
thing where there were lizards that had webbing between the arms and legs, and they used it to glide around.
Okay, which is, I mean, technically what's happening here.
Not quite the same.
Yeah, no. Also, no damn thing has ever breathed fire.
No, nothing. I mean, maybe some bugs, but not larger animals. Yeah, bugs.
Okay. Is this one of those things where it's like something spits really, really bad acid and people thought of it as being fire?
No, there's the bombardier beetle creates... fuck! I want to say the bombardier beetle can create something that is effectively just a very small, incredibly hot... It's not acid, it's like a sticky secretion that I think does actually catch on fire slightly.
I like how every time you're carted back, you get a nice look at your shapely man thighs.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with this armor. It's terrible. Come on, you dick.
Like, it's good on top. You got Diablos on top.
I don't know who the fuck sets up the Arena Quest armor.
They don't want it to be ideal. They want it to be, like, a little bit of a mismatch.
It's a little less than ideal, to be honest.
Of course it is.
Oh, what I was saying earlier, because I was saying something and I got totally distracted when we were fighting Black Diablos. Fucking OKKO. Apparently Ian decided that he was going to talk to Cartoon Network about some stuff. Which is something that people knew he was doing for a while now, because he keeps going in and talking to a lot of their staff on what is and isn't allowed in a Cartoon Network show, and what he is and isn't allowed to touch, basically. Because he's like, what if I want to touch, like, an older show or something like that? And they have to tell him, yes, that's okay, or no, that's not alright. And it's a lot of the Hanna-Barbera stuff, because he likes to take sound clips from Hanna-Barbera. Apparently, the Halloween episode for this year came out for OKKO, and it has the Ghoul School in it.
Oh,
like, actively as just central characters.
That's weird.
Yeah, right? It's strange.
Ghoul School is the only part of Scooby-Doo that's worth redeeming, I feel. But I also feel like that's kind of a weird place to do it.
I feel like Scooby-Doo is worth redeeming. I do like Scooby-Doo as a concept. But, like, yeah, it has its problems.
Yeah.
Come on, right in the head. Just beat him up. There we go.
I feel like Scooby-Doo is the least interesting of the Scooby-Doos.
Yeah, no, Scooby-Doo himself, probably not as cool as he could be.
Yeah, like, when he could be, like, a talking car who, I swear, Speed
Buggy.
Speed Buggy used to be a man. I swear there is a human brain in there somewhere.
I think Speed Buggy is... Oh, come on. You can't hit him.
Now wait till you've landed.
Well, that's just you on the ground at that point. That's not really...
he does this.
Come on, what the fuck is this
It's a
all about?
two-part.
Why is it a two-part? I am! I was hitting the fucking button, nothing was happening. Jeez.
Jabberjaw is the best form of Scooby.
That was awful. Like, I was hitting the button the entire time and it was never coming out. What is up with the button? Is it just not... Okay, no, it's working fine. It just wasn't giving me an option.
I don't know.
Like, it feels like shit when that happens because it feels like I'm playing like garbage. But I feel like it's partly the game's fault. Like, I think there's something going on with that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just warning.
We know that one of our buttons has a problem.
No, it's not the button that has the problem that I'm pressing, though. It's the other one.
Yeah, I know. But it could be both, suddenly.
Oh, good. Yeah. Just go ahead. Hit me right in the face. Fucking hell, dude.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is really not an ideal way to fight a blue Rathalos, I gotta be honest.
You mean with a hammer and no pants on?
Yeah. Just in general, I feel like the hammer is not an optimal way to fight most things. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's because I don't like the hammer.
You gotta know what you're doing with it, that's all.
Because I really don't like the hammer. Just in general, I think.
When we picked it out of the list, I said I feel like it's closest to how you play your greatsword.
It's not, though. It's so fucking far. Like,
you run in for a few hits and then you run out.
Yeah, but it's not. It's doing like 10 damage at a time, and there's no charge, and this is just awful. I don't like this at all. I don't like the hammer. I used to like the hammer okay, but it's like, it feels completely different. I don't know what's up with
Oh,
this.
those grow back.
Yeah, they do.
Neat.
Give it a little bit and they come back all the time.
Okay, cool. Well, one of the things is you have him doing your running charge.
Yes, I have.
When?
I've done it like 4 times.
Okay. I guess I was too busy thinking about Speed Buggy.
I've totally been doing it. It's been there the whole time. Come on, damn it. I missed my armor.
You missed your pants.
I missed my pants.
Well, you do have those real nice Devil Joe pants.
Yeah, I know. They help me eat things faster.
Yeah, you've got a mouth in your mouth and a mouth in your pants, and they eat at the same time.
Oh.
You're just going to accept that? You're not going to call me out?
I ain't even gonna call you out.
Okay.
Go for it.
It's canon now.
Sorta right.
Josh has an extra mouth in his pants.
Something like that.
Somehow.
I don't know. I miss my greatsword.
Well, after this, you'll be free to great sword forever, and it'll be great with your sword.
Yeah. It's not fast. This hammer's so slow. And garbage.
Great swords are slow.
Yeah, but great swords they hit hard at least. That's the trade-off, is the damage is great, but the fucking speed is super low. And for this one, it's like the speed is low and the damage is low. What the fuck? That's the point of the hammer.
You hit on the head.
I guess. Maybe I'm just not hitting it in the head enough. Maybe this just isn't the right weapon to be fighting this monster with. I don't know. Oh, good. Am I on the grab again? Oh, fun. Let's see if I can even get this to work this time.
Yeah.
There. Just barely. Okay.
You are
Very
still
hurt,
in trouble.
I'm aware. I am out of potions now, so...
Damn.
That is it. That is it for my potions.
You might want to have it to antidotes.
Yeah, well, it's not going to do me a lot of good either.
Oh yeah, no, it's not.
Because at this point, I have no options.
I noticed they gave you null berries. Do those work on fire?
No, they don't work on anything. I don't know why the fuck they handed me null berries. I'm so confused by that. I noticed it too. Like, the first thing I noticed was that they handed me null berries. And I was like, why did they give me null berries?
Dawn of the final day.
They don't work on fire, and I'm pretty sure they don't work on poison. Or if they do, then, like, I don't know, I've got antidotes too. Who cares? I don't know, it's such a fucking weird-ass thing to do. Alright. There's no way I'm winning this. This is forfeit.
Can I try then if you've given up?
Yeah, go ahead. You're
Alright.
probably not gonna get it though.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not.
I'm just letting you know.
This is not a great weapon for a Rathalos, but let's see.
Okay. Well.
Ooh. Let's get out of your way.
Yeah, I had been doing the running charge. I don't know why it was that you thought that I wasn't doing it. I was doing it.
I don't know.
I wasn't doing it a lot, but I was doing it.
Maybe you should do it more.
Maybe.
Oh, I missed somehow.
It should also be pointed out that this is... no. This is always an issue with the arena quests like this, but these are designed for 4 people to come in and fight. So, like, if you're fighting them on your own, you're always at a disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
I thought I could...
Yeah. I thought I could yell him, run around with a charge on while he was yelling, but it's like, no.
I totally have faith in Megan, by the way. That's not an issue. It's not that I don't have faith in her.
Well, I don't main.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Hammer.
She doesn't main the hammer at all, and it's. One
and
of
I
those
also don't main Rathalos.
Like,
there you go.
Where she also
dead.
hasn't warmed up at all, so it's like.
Yeah.
It's not that I had zero faith in her. It's that I didn't have faith in anything at this point.
Yeah, I know. He's just completely abandoned the light. Oof.
Yeah. So
they don't
that's
even
a
give
downer.
you heartbreaking bonuses.
No, that's a downer. Yeah, I would have preferred it if they had given us at least a little bit of the heartbreaking. Because we broke plenty of parts on that motherfucker.
Probably.
Ugh.